Hello, guys, and welcome back to the NW Sportscast. Today, we have our debate style type show. The question on the board is: should the Mariners acquire a superstar? Levi, what is your take?
Look, my take, Drew, is exactly what I said 2 weeks ago when the season ended. No, the Mariners do not need to go out and pay huge money. And by that, I mean 40, $50 million a
Terrible.
year to one single player.
Terrible.
Look, we have seen this attempt before. We've seen it with the Angels and Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani. What did that get the Angels? It
Have
got
you seen it
them
with the Mariners?
years of mediocrity. We've seen it with the Padres, with the Juan Soto. They bring in Xander Bogaerts. They pay huge money for Manny Machado. And what do they get? They get 1 year of being good in the playoffs. 1 year. And this year, they fall right back to mediocrity. And yes, Drew, we have seen it with our very own Seattle Mariners. When we went out and we signed Robinson Cano
In
to one of the
2013,
biggest deals in franchise history, followed it up with Nelson Cruz, and still the Mariners could not win with when we were paying huge money to Cano and Cruz. So I believe that the Mariners' best bet this offseason and in future off seasons is to sign multiple good players, but don't spend the big bucks on the great one because you never know how that's going to pan out. What's your take?
I mean, we haven't gotten a superstar since Robinson Cano in 2013, and that didn't work out that poorly for us. We ended up trading him for Jared Kelenic, and that deal only had about $7 million in payroll after the trade there. But really, what didn't was not that bad, but that wasn't the right time to get a superstar. We didn't have as good of a team as we do right now. Can you agree with that, Levi? Look, the Mariners were the most profitable team in all of the MLB in 2022, and they're going to be near the top of that list again in 2023. 17th in payroll. Are you serious? 17th in payroll. Come on. We need to do better than that. 17th in payroll is not even top half of the league right now. You could argue, listen, we're trying to save cap space so we can sign guys like Logan Gilbert, like Cal Raleigh, Bryce Miller down the line. I understand that argument, but I say instead of re-signing those guys, let's trade them and let's get Juan Soto. Let's get Pete Alonso. I mean, these guys are ballers. I'll let you some numbers, Levi. Alonso, 129 OPS plus. Where do you think Ty France is, Levi? Where do you think Ty
I
France?
agree. Tyrus is way
97
worse.
OPS
90,
plus.
yeah, 97.
97. Third most homers in all of baseball, 46. 118 RBIs. That would top the Mariners by 15.
Yeah,
Julio
yeah.
Rodriguez, the only player on the Mariners with more than 100 RBIs, and he is far and away our best player. You look at Soto, 158 OPS plus. I mean, are you
For one
kidding
season.
me? Are you kidding me? Compared to Dominic Canzone and Jared Kelenic, that is a 3, 4, 5, 6 game swing. We're winning the AL West this year. 35
That's
homers, 5.6 wins above replacement. I mean,
But if we had traded for Juan Soto, we wouldn't necessarily have had all of those guys on the roster, the other players that we had.
I don't
I
care.
want to read you off. I want to read you
I
off
don't
some
care if
stat lines here.
I'm not finished. It's make or break time in Seattle, everyone. This is the chance to win. You heard JP Crawford's comments. You heard what Cal Raleigh said. It is go time. It's time to get a superstar to go with Julio Rodriguez. It no more is the days of throwing out Dominic Canzone, Mike Ford, freaking all of those bums out there in the most important games of the year. I'm gonna see Julio Rodriguez, Pete Alonso, JP Crawford, Cal Raleigh at the top of the lineup. It's time. It is go time. At some point, you got to try to win. This is the year to win. It's not. It's really not that like we have money to work with, Levi. 17th in payroll. Even if we get 1 year of Soto,
Yeah, no, I agree. I
it won't.
agree that we
The
need to
price
up the
isn't
payroll.
that high for Soto. It really isn't. Bryce Miller and a few prospects will probably get you
It's
Soto
no, that's a
for one
few.
year.
But if by a few you mean four of your top four prospects,
No, no, no.
look,
One of your
Drew,
first
I
round
agree
guys that
that
you
we
took
need
last
to
year,
raise the. No, that's not enough to get one.
plus
So
Bryce Miller and a couple other bums.
that's not the
Yes,
Why would the Padres don't want
it's
Bryce
one
Miller?
year.
Bryce Miller is an awful pitcher. Who wants Bryce
Bryce
Miller on
Miller's
their team?
upside is insane.
Oh, with his one pitch that he throws. Oh yeah, the fastball only
He's one of the
pitcher.
best
Yeah,
fastballs in the
great
league.
upside. Great upside there. Yeah, that 4.7 ERA was.
I mean, Levi.
I mean, nobody's calling us saying, "Oh, what do you want for Bryce Miller?" Nobody's asking for Bryce Miller. I don't know why Mariners fans have this weird delusional thing that Bryce Miller is some future ace. He is a number 5 pitcher at best.
Okay, then
let's get back into the discussion.
Fine, trade
Let's
Gilbert.
get back to the discussion, Drew. I want to read you some stat lines here. Okay, you're gonna be interested to hear this.
Do it, please.
2015 Angels. Mike Trout. What were his numbers,
brother?
He led the league 991 OPS, 176 OPS plus, 590 slugging percentage, 402 on base percentage, 299 batting average. He hit 41 home runs, 90
We have
runs
a better team around him.
And do you know what record the 2015 Los Angeles Angels? They finished with a record of 85 and 77. Then in 2016, what does Mike Trout do? 123 runs, leads the league again. 29 home runs, 100 runs batted in, 116 walks. He has a 991 OPS, leads the league with his 173 OPS plus. And what did the Angels do in 2016? They lost 88 games. They had a losing record. Next season, 2017, Mike Trout, a 1.071 OPS. He leads the league again. He is consistently the best player in baseball. What do the Angels do? 80 and 82.
All right, fine.
Do you get my point?
The Angels,
superstar does not equal
at baseball.
Win.
Great. The Angels suck at baseball. That's all you proved to me. You know why? Because the Angels are not as good as the Mariners.
They had Albert Pujols during that stretch as well.
Levi, so you put Mike Trout on this baseball team. We are winning baseball games way more than 2015 Angels did.
I don't know about that.
We have a better starting rotation than 2015 Angels. Is that a debate?
Well, we have 3 better pitchers than the 2015 Angels.
We probably have a better 1 through 5 if you look at it. I don't know who the Angels 1 through 5 are though, but this team
Look,
is
what I'm trying to say is that
I understand the Angels suck.
Wins and money spent does not equal the same thing. The Mets had the number 1 payroll this season, and they finished with a losing record.
We're a better constructed roster.
The Padres had the are we sure about that? Because I'm pretty sure when last I checked, half of our roster is AAA players, Drew. Half.
I know. Let's bring in a superstar and get rid of one of them.
No. You can't. One more superstar with 12 AAA players still is not a winning team. What you need to do is replace all of the AAA players with guys who are slightly better, who are actually major league talented players. We're being held back by Mike Ford, by Jose Caballero, by Brian Wu, who has no business being in the major leagues. We're being held back by Cade Marlowe.
He's gonna
oh yeah, 4 innings a game. Yeah, that's great.
He's a rookie. He wasn't even meant to play this year.
Exactly. We shouldn't have had to play him this year. We should have had a backup plan. We should have had a backup plan.
The amount of injuries we had, please.
2? Every team has 2 starting pitchers get
Robbie
injured.
Ray?
Every team
Marco
has
Gonzalez?
Yes. Every team has 2 starting pitchers
Emerson
get injured in the season.
Come on.
It doesn't count because he wasn't okay. He played 2 games. Every team has at least 2 starting pitchers that get injured. The Mariners should have had a backup plan.
It is go time. It's go time. It's time to get a superstar. I don't care. I really don't. You put him on
3.
Levi, we have a superstar. We're winning the AL West next year. I think.
Disagree.
We put up Pete Alonso.
I disagree.
You know how big of a difference that is if we have Pete Alonso
200
first?
Yeah, this 200 batting average. Yeah, I mean.
Oh, sorry, Grandpa. Is his batting average not high enough for you? I mean, God, he's driven up the second most RBIs in all of baseball. You know what the Mariners need? When runners are in scoring position, we need someone to bring them home. And you know who does that? Pete Alonso. You know who does that?
And you know who else does that for a much cheaper price?
Who?
JD Martinez.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah. I'm sure Colton Wong did too, didn't he?
No, Colton Wong didn't, actually. Colton Wong's never been a good RBI. He's actually never been good at getting runs batted in. So
all I'm saying is we have the money to spend. It's go time. And the players want a superstar. The fans want a superstar. It's time to go get a damn superstar.
Okay, I mean, if you want to be the Mets, Yankees, and Padres, the top 3 teams of the payroll in baseball who all missed the playoffs, then you can go be them. But I don't want to be them. I want to be the Orioles.
Only big contract outside of
Julio. I want to be. No, it wouldn't, because we're paying Castillo big money, and we're going to be paying Kirby and Gilbert big money.
Offensively.
Offensively, be the only big contract.
I mean, we're playing what? Less than $10 million for JP Crawford right now? That's a bargain.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that we need to sign somebody. I'm not saying we shouldn't sign
I
somebody.
don't think, Levi, I really don't think
I
us signing a Bellinger or JD Martinez is really going to change the prospect of the
Bellinger at a 5.2 wins above replacement.
2024
So
Mariners. I really don't. Will it help? Sure. But
how? How does it? How do you not? You think that
I,
replacing AAA players with major league players doesn't make the
Levi,
major league
I,
team better?
I think we should get them all. Bring in JD Martinez too. Let's get Pete Alonso and JD Martinez. I'm not arguing
Okay,
against JD Martinez. I'm saying a guy like Pete Alonso who hits freaking 45 homers, like 46 home runs,
and
and
I'm saying
high France at less than 20.
trading away potential stars for a guy who's going to give you maybe 2 years at his peak, and his peak, even his peak, is a 210 batting average with 35 home runs a season. I mean that's a solid peak. But trading away a guy, I want to be the Baltimore Orioles. I want to be the Houston Astros. I want to be contenders every single season. I don't want to be the Padres who make the playoffs 1 year. The next year, they win 80 games and they're a team of a bunch of old guys who are being overpaid.
But
That's not the formula. That's
the
not the
Astros,
formula.
the Astros and the Orioles.
They didn't. The
Have
Astros didn't go out and trade slash
yes,
sign Bregman, Alvarez, Altuve. They
I
Tucker.
know, but we don't have
All
Bregman.
four.
We don't
We
have
do.
Bregman.
We might
No, we
in
don't.
our farm
No, we don't.
system. We
No,
might.
we
Well,
don't.
you know what? Well, we did. We had Noel V.
Yeah,
Marte, who was the next great
which
third
we traded for
baseman.
Castillo. So do you not like that?
Yeah, I thought it was a bad trade at the time, and I still do. Castillo sold away our playoff chances this year. We've had this conversation
He
before.
was top
But
10
like,
in Cy
the
Young vote.
Astros, the Astros grew their team from within.
Listen,
All
we
of their
don't need all
players.
these right-handed pitchers we have, Levi. We should trade one of them and get a guy.
I agree. I think we should trade Brian Wu.
I think we should trade Logan Gilbert.
Gilbert's no. Gilbert is too good to be traded.
No, he's not. He's really not.
Who do we replace him with? Who do we replace Gilbert with in the rotation?
We'll have Robbie Ray.
Well, no, actually, we might not have Robbie Ray next year. That's up in the air.
All right.
July at the very earliest, he'll be back after the All Star break.
I'm gonna
no
assume
guarantee.
we have Robbie Ray for the playoffs. And that's
okay.
That's
okay.
fine.
Well, bold of you to assume we make the playoffs.
Without Robbie Ray, Levi. Without Robbie Ray.
Yeah, without Robbie Ray, who do we have?
We still have Castillo, Kirby. We still got
wow, an aging Castillo. Great. We have an ace in Kirby, and then who's our 3, 4, and 5?
I think
You're
everyone
gonna trust Bryce Miller?
I think they all get better. I think Miller, Hancock, and Wu all get better. I think those are solid 3, 4, 5s.
I want to see them. I want to see them all figure out what they can throw besides a fastball, because right now they're
Levi.
All,
this sounds very familiar. It's almost like Logan Gilbert after his first year could only throw a fastball.
Logan Gilbert was a very much a different level prospect. Logan Gilbert was a top 5 right-handed pitcher prospect in all of the league. Bryce Miller was barely in the top 100, and so is Brian Wu. There's a difference.
I don't.
Logan Gilbert was a first-round draft pick. Brian Wu and Bryce Miller were not.
You don't think Pete
Logan
Alonso
Gilbert
hitting in the
had a much higher ceiling
teams?
from
You don't
the
think
very
that'll get us
beginning.
a few wins?
I think Cody Bellinger scares him just as much. I really do. I think the combination that you can get of
Even if we get Bellinger, there's going to be a cost to that too.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's a cost I'm willing to do. I'm willing to sign a player for $25 million a year. I'm not willing to sign a player like Ohtani for $40 million. And I'm not willing to trade away half of our future
Ohtani's
stars.
The best baseball player I've ever seen.
It's an impulsive decision to do things like that.
Okay,
paying $40 million a year for a designated hitter
we have the cap
is
space.
Not the way to build the
roster.
Any team technically has the cap space. It's not about the cap space.
But the Mariners rake in money. We're trying to win now, and we have some room to work with. We're only paying a few guys right now.
I agree, but
this is the time if we're gonna ever get a superstar. This is the time.
I think we need to continue building from within and sign actually supplemental pieces.
Oh my god. Yeah, because that's been working out for us. That's been working out for us, Levi, in the last 10 years.
No, it hasn't. That's never been what we have done.
I'm saying just growing within and stuff. I don't think we're gonna win a World Series like that. I think
the Astros have done it 4 times.
I think we aren't gonna win like that.
Why can't we?
I don't think we develop bats good enough. I really don't.
Really? Are 2 of our 3 best hitters we developed? 3 of them. Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh. I mean,
Okay, great.
JP Crawford, we pretty much developed
No,
him.
JP Crawford was traded when he was like
JP
24.
JP Crawford got to Seattle not knowing how to hit at all.
That's
He
more
was
of a sentiment on JP Crawford, not the Mariners farm system. He
oh,
came
so, well, the big league team developed JP Crawford into a good hitter.
he went to Driveline all year. This isn't even the freaking Mariners.
Well, maybe we need to get the rest of our players to drive line.
He's bringing Ty France. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
as he
praying for Ty
should.
France to be better. I
As he
still
should.
think even
I
if
mean,
we
think
get
about it.
Alonso, Ty France is going to be on the team.
Who from the farm system in recent years, besides Julio and Cal, did we give a chance to and fail? That was supposed to be good.
Yeah, they're not even good enough to have a chance.
No, well, because the roster, we haven't had openings on the roster.
Levi, we're not good at developing bats.
You want to blame us for Kellenic? I mean, Kellenic's been
Levi.
fine. He's been average.
Yes.
You want to what do you say? Oh well, we didn't develop K DeMarlo. Yeah, K
Levi,
DeMarlo
our
was never
best
supposed
players,
to be good.
our most consistent hitters over the last few years has like guys like Suarez and France and Crawford. Those are guys that we just literally brought in.
Well, they're actually not our most consistent hitters. Our most consistent
Over the last few years? You don't think so?
well,
The last couple of years. You look at last year.
Julio's been better than all three of them. So
some of our most consistent hitters.
Yes, some of our
last
most
year and this year.
Exactly, but what I'm saying is that we haven't had the prospects in the system to fill those roles. But when we do have upper level prospects and call them up, they usually have actually ended up playing pretty darn good for us.
Give me examples other than Julio.
I literally gave you Cal.
Okay, great. Cal got sent to AAA and then got blessed by the gods that Tom Murphy got hurt and somehow ended up.
And he ended up being a good player.
Okay,
Jared Kelenic came out of the farm.
Good job, Mariners.
Obviously, we traded for him, though. I mean,
okay, so outside of two guys, Levi, I don't remember.
We haven't called anybody up. There hasn't been anybody else
in my lifetime.
We traded them all away.
Levi, since
Kyle Seager.
I was about to say that. Other than Kyle Seager, who did we bring?
But you're talking about before Jerry DePoto got there, so you're looking at a different category of
I'm just saying the Mariners in general, as an organization, has never been good at developing.
Okay, well, under our current staff,
so what's bringing it in from the from outside?
Under our current staff of coaches and general manager, we have called up 3 guys from the minor leagues prospects who are supposed to be good, and two of them have lived up to the billing, and one of them has been average. Right now? He's the third one, and he's been average. So you got 1 average and 2 who have lived up to the billing. There's nobody else who we've even
exactly no one else has even
because we've traded them away. We've traded them away. Noel Marte would have got there, but we traded him away. Edwin Arroyo, we traded him away. I mean, do you blame us for Taylor Trammell? We didn't develop Taylor Trammell. He got to us after playing for 3 other farm systems. Trammell was clearly a bust before we even traded for him.
I just don't think I don't have faith in the Mariners being able to bring a few bats in over the farm system, and even then, Levi, that's a few years down the road. We don't have.
You're looking at. Well, yes, we do. We have 2 years. We have 2 years. Why don't we?
This is the year.
Why can't 2025?
Because JP Crawford and Cal Raleigh said so.
Oh, so because the players said. Oh,
Levi, this is the time to strike.
Great argument.
This is the time to strike for a superstar. It's 1 year. It's not that big of a commitment, Levi. It's not that big.
So you would trade our entire future for 1 season?
I'm not talking about our entire future.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
No, I am not. Oh, brother. I'm saying if we can trade a guy like Bryce Miller and we throw in like what's his name? Gabriel Gonzalez. And like a first-round pick that we had last year for Pete Alonso or Soto for a year, I'm taking that every day of the week.
Well, that's not going to get you Soto. It might get you Pete Alonso.
I'm taking that for Alonso. I am. Because
I would be very wary of that trade.
Why?
You're giving up 2 potential good
major
league level bats.
Potential, whatever. The baseball is so unpredictable that you're not
Look at the Orioles. Compare the Orioles to the Mets. One team spent big and one team developed. Which team won 100 games? The Orioles did.
Which team got which team got bounced in the playoffs?
And you can say, oh, look at the Phillies. The Phillies spent big. The Phillies really only have the one superstar. The Phillies. Well, they have
And
two.
where did they get Harper from?
Yeah, they signed Harper and they
That's
signed
what I'm
Trey Turner.
asking for. I'm asking for that one guy that puts you over the edge. And that's what Bryce Harper did for the Phillies. And that's what I think guys like Pete Alonso, Shohei Ohtani, or Juan Soto can do for the Mariners. That's all I'm asking for. One guy for 1 year. One
You
guy
so
for
you
one
so
year.
you would sign Shohei to a 1 year contract.
Yes, I would put 30 million on Shohei for 1 year. Yes,
Well,
I
you'd
would.
have to pay him like 60 million for 1 year.
No, we would not. No, we would not. For
For
one
one
year
year,
that he
yes,
can't pitch for? No, he would not.
because he doesn't want to sign a 1 year deal. He wants to sign a 10 year deal. If you want to get him to sign a 1 year deal, you'd
I
have
could
to
see him signing
massively pay
a
him.
I could see him signing a 1 year deal so he's not locked in for 10 years
There's no.
once
Why in the world would he do that?
because he signs a 1 year deal and then he can pitch in 2025 and then signs the big extension once he can pitch.
So he would want to sign a 2 year deal and
No,
then sign a big extension after 2025.
2024 because he isn't he pitching in 2025?
Yeah, but he wouldn't. But he's not going to sign a big deal till after he proves he can still pitch. He's
I
not getting that. He's not getting that huge contract. You're not giving him a contract thinking he might be able to pitch in 2025.
I think Shohei Ohtani wants control in his career, and I think a 1 year contract does give him that. I
Well,
think he'd
I
be
think
open
well,
to that.
but he would be much more suited for two. Do you not understand what I'm saying?
Fine,
If
2 years,
if he
great.
signs a
Let's do
one
it.
year deal, he's in the same place next year as he is
Okay,
this year.
fine. Let's do 2 years. Levi, we're 17th in payroll. We have money to spend. We're not a poverty franchise. We bring in
Well,
money every year.
we bring in,
It's
but bringing in money
ridiculous.
is different from having an owner who's willing to spend all
Our
of his
owner is
money.
cheap. I'm begging the owner to spend money, and guys like you giving the owner outs right now. Oh, we can just knock.
I
We
agree.
can
We
just
need to,
skate by, and we can just
Drew.
make the
Drew,
freaking divisional round every year. Blah blah blah.
I am
Let's just
telling
get an
you.
aging
I
JD
am telling
Martinez
you.
and let's get, like let's get
I'm
Cody
telling you.
Bellinger
We
who
need to
finally had a good year after 5 years of struggling. Like, what are we doing, Levi? Let's get a
I'm telling
star.
you to upgrade the payroll by $40 million. I just don't think we should put all 40 million into one player. I think we should spread the wealth and actually upgrade at multiple positions. When you, taking a team that is half minor leaguers and half major leaguers, adding only one superstar to that team is not going to work.
I
And I
think we
know,
shouldn't. I don't
I
think we
know
should
you
just add
want.
one
I know
guy.
you're saying just don't. Okay, adding multiple superstars, that's a pipe dream. It's not going to happen. I
I'm
don't know
not
what
saying
I'm like.
multiple superstars.
I feel like I'm like the guy who's popping your little hot air balloon.
I'm
Like
not
it's
saying
like
multiple
get out of
superstars.
the fantasy land. It's not
I'm not
happening.
saying
Not with
I'm not
this
saying
team.
multiple superstars, Levi. I'm
So what are
saying
you saying? You're
one
saying
superstar and then a couple of above average players. Like what you're pretty much what you're saying, but then let's add a superstar.
look, if the deal is right for Soto, then you have an argument. If the deal is right for 1 year, but also the Padres aren't going to trade it. They're not. They're going to walk it
Why?
back
Why would they not? They're not.
because they're trying to extend it long term. Are you seeing like
You think they're
the
competing next
reports?
year?
The reports say the Padres are gonna extend Soto long term.
You think
And
Soto
yeah,
will take that?
I think he will for the right price, and I do think they'll compete next year. I think the Padres are still a loaded, talented team, but
I'm just like JD Martinez is 36. Like Bellinger like has had one good year in the last few years. I don't know. I see disaster written all over this. I see you sign JD Martinez and Cody Bellinger, which would not
and I'm
not
saying
gonna
to bring
happen.
in, as you've seen what I want. I want us to bring in Lourdes Gurriel Jr. I want us to bring in another pitcher because I don't trust our pitching staff. I know that the entire Mariners fan base has blind faith that Brian Wu and Bryce Miller are just these
Yeah,
incredible
they're not
pitchers.
aces, but we don't need them to be aces. We need them to be 4 and 5s.
We need them to be guys who can give you more than 4 innings a game, which right now they're not.
Yes, right now. Next year they will.
In 1 year, you think they're going to get
Yes.
that much better?
I think
I
after
don't. I
your rookie
honestly don't.
year of baseball, you get a lot better in your sophomore year, Levi. I really do,
Well,
especially for pitching.
the sophomore slump is also actually a thing. So
All right.
I would go out and bring in Jordan Montgomery is what I do, but that's an argument for another day. I think we've eclipsed this argument.
All right, we'll see what happens. For the record, I don't think we're getting a superstar, so you'll have your wish, but whatever.
All right,
And when we win 88 games again next year, and
we won't. we'll win more next year if we do what I'm saying we should do.
Yeah.
Get
Because
if we
JP
go
Crawford
out.
definitely didn't just have a career year that he's definitely never gonna have again.
How do we know that? He's never going to hit that many home runs again, but I think he can maintain his level of offense.
What's your
Is
plan
the
at first
drive
base?
line
What's your plan?
the
Just
the plan
throw Ty France
is
back out there?
one more year of Ty France, and you hope that he improves. He was an all-star last year. You can't give up on players that quickly.
Levi,
You
now
can't.
this is now a year and a half. A year and a half of bad Ty France. People, I don't know if you forget, but
So
after
let's see what
All-Star
he
break,
looks like. Let's see what he looks like after he goes and works at the offseason at Driveline
he'll
and tries to
still
get
be
better. Let's
on the
see.
team next year. He'll still be on the team.
Well, you're not keeping two first basemen on the team, so I
Yes, you
don't think
are.
that he. No, why? What's the
Once
point?
because
What do
one
you
of them
need
can
two first basemen for?
because one of them can play DH.
Well, your DH has to be good at hitting. So I would actually rather not have. If you're saying Ty France is going to be bad again next year, then why would we keep him to be our DH?
Keith Alonso can play DH for all I care. Listen, Levi, if we keep Ty France as our starting first baseman, what's the plan for DH? Mike Ford, run it back.
No, JD Martinez. That's the plan. That's been my. That's what I'm saying all
But
along.
then we're still playing Ty France.
Yes, I think we should. I think Ty France deserves one more year. I
All
really do.
right, I think this is over. Comment down
What?
below. Comment down below. What do you think, guys?
He had one bad season out of three with the Mariners. I would give him one more year.
Sign us off, Levi.
Thanks guys for watching, guys. Comment down below. What do you think of the debate? I'm sure you guys are all going to agree with Drew because you all obviously you want what you can't have. This is the NW Sportscast. See you in the next one.
I saw that little jab at the end there, Levi.